Hello everyone, it's Leo, and it's time to talk about episode 33 from Start to TWINKLE PRECURE. This episode, I don't think there is much to say about it, but I feel like this was the first Fuwa-centered episode we've had so far. Now that Fuwa's grown up, now that Fuwa's a unicorn, an alicorn, I'm not sure, she has more of a personality, she can properly talk, and she has more of an agency of her own. She has ideas and wills of her own that she can, properly express herself better. And I felt that this episode tried to show that while also creating a little bit of conflict. And I really liked the way this episode started with Uni saying how she was feeling because now they need to go and to find other things to try to collect more things because she thought that collecting the 12 pens would be their last goal. And by the last minute they discovered that was really not it, and they need to search for something that they don't know why, they don't know how, they don't know what it is. The twinkle imagination is still a mystery. And another nice thing about this episode, the twinkle imagination was not really found. Like, I thought that they were going to find twinkle imagination at the last part of the episode, right after the fight. They didn't. So that's an interesting thing. Because I think that's the last. This is going to be their last goal. Finding twinkle imagination is going to be the last goal of the Star Twinkle girls of this season overall. And when it's over, Fuwa is going to be complete and she's going to have her last form. And I'm really not sure what her last form is going to be, but I don't know. Like, I feel like we've seen the human Fuwa form in that musical poster, but I don't think it's going to be translated into the series because that Fuwa form is a sheep, and now Fuwa's not a sheep anymore. I think she's going to have more of like a princess form. She's going to probably be like the 13th princess out of the 12 princesses. Fuwa's going to be like maybe the queen, I don't know. But I think that's going to be the last goal from Fuwa. So I feel like this episode gave a little more agency to her. One thing to prove that is when Fuwa asked to ask for food, and when Hikaru got a pen and she said, no, I don't want that pen. She clearly can say what she wants and what she doesn't want. And at the same time, she was desperately trying to find twinkle imagination. And the girls just got home. The girls just got home. They just got to Earth. And now they all have their responsibilities. Hikaru and Lala, they need to complete their homework. Madoka needs to take care of things at school because she's from my memory, oh my god. And then Elena also needs to take care of things at her home and the store and everything. Uni's the only one that's free. And then things progressed, things went on, and Fuwa was very distressed because no one wanted to help her. And it's not because they didn't want to search for twinkle imagination. It's just because they didn't have the time to do that. And Fuwa did not understand that. Like, it's basically when you're a baby and then you become a child, you start having things like more thoughts of your own, and you don't really understand when adults don't have time for you because of their responsibilities. And I feel like that this translated kind of well to what happened to Fuwa. And when their Yeti was kind of a big part of the episode because it ended up following Fuwa, and then it followed her in lots of different places, and it ended up by getting caught by Capard, and Capard just became like a sword and shield kind of thing with Yeti's face on it. It was kind of strange, but at the same time it looked kind of cool on Capard. Capard makes everything look cool. And the girls fought against him. The fight itself was nothing special, lots of stock footage, but again, I feel like at least Hikaru Kurosawa was able to deliver a little bit more of a fight, a different type of fight. And I thought that it was very interesting when the narrators jumped and the girls went onto their battle forms, and they just prepared their power in a different way, but they ended up not using it. But I thought that it was interesting when they got their powers ready, just ready to attack. It was fun. I think it can develop into something nice in the future. And overall, that was it basically. This duality between the girls having to do things, in life, and Fuwa wanting for them to search for twinkle imagination. And, there wasn't much. I guess I felt like this was like the biggest argument of the episode. And I think Monica was the one that said something like, we were all so busy doing things of our own lives, and we didn't understand how important twinkle imagination is to Fuwa. And we're not saying that the twinkle imagination is more important to her than to us. We value them the same, but they didn't see that. And now I think that the girls are going to try to actively look for twinkle imagination together with her, even though life is going to catch up on them no matter what. But overall, it wasn't the best episode. I think it's going to be one of those forgettable episodes in the season, and I think it was just nice because it introduced Fuwa in a more human way. I feel like before she was just a cute type of mascot, and now she has more of an agency of her own. Another nice thing that happened in this episode was when Hikaru was showing her homework, and people in her classroom were all taking a look at the aliens she met, and they're actual aliens, we know that, but they don't know, and they were very impressed with Hikaru's ability to create and to imagine those kind of things. That was a very interesting scene and an interesting way of putting Hikaru's personality and how she impacts other people with her ways of thinking. So that was interesting. I think that was also very, very nice. And a little nice touch on this episode. Yeah, but that was it. Next week we're gonna have an Elena episode. I felt a little strange when I saw that cactus with a sombrero and like lots of references to Mexican culture, like in an Elena episode. But let's wait and see. I am always very excited for Elena episodes in general, and so I'm very curious to see how things are gonna go. Elena has this personality of trying to bring everyone together and to mediate situations. And so when you have someone you don't know how to talk to, and why is the pendant not helping them understand that alien? I have no idea. But anyways, guys, that was it. Please leave a comment with your opinions on episode 33. Let's keep on talking in the comment box below. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.